Hey, Precision Pyro here. I've been itching to do a 37mm launcher torture test for a long time. The main issue has been it's expensive to blow up perfectly good launchers, but I need to do it, and I'm hoping to do more in the future. It does cost a lot of money, so you know, I'm hoping that there'll be some companies that'll want to donate some stuff to put up against each other. We got 4 launchers, Spec's Tactical, a Ordnance Group Tac-D pivot, a SJ 600 Korean tactical launcher, and a Ordnance Group Tac 79. They're very similar, and I'll give you the rundown on the specs on those in a second. I have been putting together explosive charges here, and we're going to go with the stupidest, most idiotic loads. Basically the worst possible situations you can think of. There's going to be 2 of them. There's going to be 1 tier for each of the 4 launchers. The first tier is going to be double the legal amount of explosive per the ATF ruling 95-3. So that's 14, almost 15 grams of lift and burst. The first tier is going to be all black powder, so double the legal limit of black powder. The second tier is going to be flash powder break projectile. It's going to be double the legal limit of explosive with flash powder. And then we're going to do double the legal limit using tannerite. Now, tannerite is far beyond anything anybody should be messing with. Same with flash powder. But we want to make sure we torture these launchers till they completely break. We're going to frag each launcher. We're also going to use a caliper. We're going to keep track if things deform, and we're going to let you know when you've reached a point where the launcher just won't function, even though it may not frag into pieces. So again, the 3 tiers, double the legal limit of flash powder, double the legal limit of black powder, and double the legal limit per weight of tannerite. And we do have some other stuff that'll finish the job if those don't. The other part of the test is, again, we want the worst possible case scenario, and so we've put together our test loads in plastic casings. Aluminum casings protect the launcher and reinforce it. Plastic, you're not getting much protection off the plastic. Again, none of this is stuff any of you should be doing, ever, under any circumstances. And for you trolls out there, these are not destructive devices because they don't have live primers. You can't shoot them out of the launcher. We're going to place them in the launcher and fire them electrically. So now to the launchers. We got the Spec's Tactical. Really great entry-level launcher, beefy barrel. We're wondering about the barrel catch. I have seen the barrel catches deform sometimes when you abuse the launcher. And then we got the Ordnance Group Tac-D pivot. Really great launcher, a little lighter weight. And then we've got the SJ 100 series launcher there. Both the Tac-D and the SJ 100 series have about the same thickness in the barrel and breech, but we don't know if the lockup is going to hold up, and some other features. And finally, the tank, the Tac 79 or Tac M79 if you get the GI fiberglass stock. These are a beast. They've got the heaviest barrel and breech in terms of thickness of metal. The receivers are heavier. Everything's heavier and sturdier. So if I had to guess, I'd say that one's probably gonna last the longest. But again, we're gonna take these down to pieces. So here we go.
I'll peek a little.
Tier number 1, Spec's Tactical. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, that one
Tier 1, Ordnance Group Tac-D. 3, 2, 1, firing! Tier 1, SJ100 series. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tier 1, Ordnance Group, Tac 79. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, firing!
That one's handy.
Well, we just got done with the first tier of torture testing. We put double the legal limit of black powder in each launcher, and all 4 launchers that we tested were not affected. There was no deformation or anything breaking. All the launchers were dirty, but they were fully functional. We didn't see any loosening up of tolerances or changes in the functioning, deformation, expansion, none of that was observed. And yeah, that's really good information. And that said, just real quick, these launchers here, for the money, are probably your best bet if you're on a budget and you want a good launcher. All these performed well, the Ordnance Group products and this Korean tactical launcher. So for the money, these are a good bet, and if you want to spend a little bit more, the IWA ML37 smoothbore is an excellent choice, and of course the Spike's Tactical is another option for about $50–$60 more per launcher. But if you're on a budget, these 3 here are going to do you just fine. Let's get on to blowing them up with flash powder. Tier 2, Spike's Tactical. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, firing! Tier 2, Ordnance Group, Tac 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, firing! Did you see that flash? SJ100 series. Tier 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, firing! Ordnance Group, Tac 79, Tier 2, final shot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, firing! Five, four, three, two, one, firing! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, firing!
No debris.
All right, so here's the summary of my findings in this torture test. Tier 1, double the legal limit of black powder, did not cause any deformation or obvious functionality issues. And as soon as we got to the flash powder, the double the legal limit of flash powder, every single launcher failed. Some failed more spectacularly than others, but they all failed in some way. They were either permanently non-functional or broke. So obviously you never ever want to do illegal loading, and you never ever want to put flash powder anywhere near reloading and launchers, period. Do not use flash powder, do not use unknown chemical mixtures, and do not use tannerite. After we did our second tier of flash powder testing, I did grab an extra launcher and we put tannerite, double the legal limit in the spikes, and another Tac-79 just because we wanted to and we wanted to see what happened. So obviously the spikes and one of the Ordnance Group Tac-79s were showing more damage because we did push that out just to see what would happen. So bottom line, stick to legal loading. Be careful. Don't use unknown mixtures. Don't use flash powder or tannerite anywhere near or in launchers. But black powder loading does seem to be pretty reasonable. So I'm going to have a little montage of pictures and some notes at the end. All right, guys, stay safe.